So now we have joining us today to talk about all of the madness is our friend of the program, Carlos Maslatón, an Argentinian lawyer, financial analyst, and well-known Bitcoin advocate. And like I said, he's our resident markets expert right here at Roxham TV. He's a man with deep insights into finance, crypto, and Argentine politics, and his opinions carry a lot of weight in the region. And today, we're diving into the Milei-Libra disaster, what it means for Argentina, and where we go from here. Carlos, thank you so much for joining us today to talk about this crazy debacle. How are you this morning?
Thanks to you, Hank. Nice to be here with you again.
Always a pleasure. We have a lot to talk about today.
Yes, a lot things to explain, or
so
at least to try to analyze.
Yeah, and we're excited to hear your analysis today. First question that's on the tip top of everyone's mind. Carlos, you've been involved in finance and politics and Bitcoin for decades. What was your initial reaction when you saw Milei publicly endorsing the Libra meme coin?
I was very, very surprised. I couldn't imagine that the President Milei could be involved in a thing of this kind. Although there have been some precedents from his attitude regarding crypto and regarding, I have to say, that to Ponzi schemes. 3 years ago, he endorsed a Ponzi scheme publicly. He said, go to this place and trade with these people, or invest your fund with these people. The name of that Ponzi scheme was CoinX, a local company here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. I called him at that time, 3 years ago, and told Milei, this is fraudulent. This is Ponzi. This is so you have to be out of this kind of endorsement. His answer was okay. This is part of the free market rules. I told him, free market rules that do not include the fraud. More than that, in order the liberal capitalism to work clearly, the government or the regulators have to not permit this kind of schemes to take funds from the people, because there is no way that the results, the interest, or the money that the scheme says that will give to you after supposed investment, there is no way to meet that goals. So his answer was, that's part of the free market, and more than that, I am doing this for money. He was still not in the government. He was not the president of Argentina, but he was a legislator, he was part of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Argentina, the Deputies Chamber, just to make a comparison with the Washington House of Representatives. He was like a representative, but here in the Republic of Argentina. So he had the mentality to make this kind of endorsements. He did that several times during the year 2022, 2022, 2023. But I could never imagine that he may act in this way. This has several problems, Hank. First of all, he sold via his Twitter account to the public, not only in Argentina, but to the whole world. This is a way to invest in Argentina, to help companies to develop in the Republic of Argentina. So buy this token called Libra, Viva la Libertad. That is the name of his political party, Viva la Libertad. Viva la Libertad, Libra. Buy this token through this mechanism in the Solana network, and you will be investment in a token that will be able to be used to other investments in the Republic of Argentina. Despite any fraud, despite any market intervention, despite the insiders, this has a very important legal problem. When we talk about meme coins, and this is, of course, a meme coin, normally are not considered securities in terms of the US law. But if you use the word investment and invest here, and there is a promise of a result, or a promise saying you will be able to use this token as a way to invest in the Republic of Argentina, you are in the world of investment. Investment means, in terms of the US law, securities. Although there is not a clear definition of what the security is, in the US, there is like a general definition, and the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, can consider several tokens that happened in the past, or several legal instruments or financial instruments. Even a loan can be considered a security in some cases. Mm-hmm. So what I want to say is that, first of all, there may be a conflict with the security laws. There was a public offering of a token not properly registered in a place before the offering is sent to the general public. And you are also getting in contact with US residents. This is, for me, the main legal problem he may have. A violation of the laws of securities. According to what I know, is the president of the doctrine of the SEC in the USA. Despite that, the fact was that he announced Libra is open to be purchased now. At that exact second he sent the Twitter, there were already several insiders able to buy Libra at almost no cost. As a result of his publication of a tweet, I have to say you, Hank, he has like 4 million followers in a very active account with many people posting, responding to him. So it is one of the most important Twitter accounts all over the world. The one corresponding to Javier Milei, the president of the Republic of Argentina. And many people trust in what he's saying. More than that, many people from his political party, as a result of his publication, immediately said, okay, this is a great opportunity for me, I will buy Libra. So that created like a general opinion in favor of this product. And this is a problem, but because in a few minutes, the price went from 0 to $5.2, $5.20.
Wow.
And at that moment, many insiders that I believe have been in connection with Milei or his team or his sister, that you know, probably many people may know that, do not have any idea about this, but the sister of Javier Milei, Karina Milei, is a very important person in the Republic of Argentina. She is the Secretary General of the Presidency, and the second political figure in this country since Milei won the elections a year and a half ago. So as the result of this, all the insiders, we believe in connection with Javier Milei, we are able to make profits, an incredible many millions. I don't know the amount of this illegally earned money. Some people say it's $107 million. Other calculations are talking about like $300 million that were lost by people that in good faith invested in this product. That was no more than a meme coin. You cannot use a meme coin to say this is a way to investment in the real economy of a country. I believe this is the main problem. But apart from this, there were many publications, many interviews during the weekend. And a person that you mentioned, Hayden Davis, said 2 days ago that he has the money earned by Milei or his team as a result of this market intervention, as a result of the trading of the insiders. And he talked about the amount maybe $100 million that probably corresponds to Milei, to his team, to his sister. And this is the main problem we have now. This is a political scandal, not only in Argentina, but in many other countries that many people have been following what happened with Libra. The current price is only 30 cents of a dollar. So I believe many people, as a result of Milei's speech, have been buying Libra. And yesterday, this is even worse. Yesterday, Milei has been in an interview here in Buenos Aires with a very famous journalist, and he said that it was the responsibility of every trader or investor in Libra, and that this was like going to the casino and make a bet in the casino. So after declaring on Friday, buy Libra in order to have the possibility to invest in Argentina through this product, after saying that on Friday, on Monday he said, it is your risk, your responsibility. This is like going to the casino. I have nothing to do with that. And that is reality. We can't believe that. This is really a political scandal. It's very bad for the country, very bad for the country's reputation, very bad for Milei's reputation. I can imagine, you know, that legal remedies take time, maybe some weeks, months, or years. But I can imagine several lawsuits saying John Smith, for example, against Javier Milei and the Republic of Argentina, because he acted like the president. It was the president of Argentina saying, buy Libra in order to invest in the real economy of our country. This is the main problem I am seeing and trying to analyze with you. This is the general explanation I can give in a program of this kind. Of course, we can speak a lot more about this or analyze the general market as we did some programs ago.
Right. So, Carlos, let me ask you this. I know Argentina, for the last couple of years, has been plagued by inflation of your currency. And it seemed like, based on some of the reports that I read, that Milei, at least in his brief tenure so far, has done a seemingly good job of bringing those inflation rates down. So do you think that contributed to a lot of people feeling like this was a safe thing to put their money into and getting them to believe in Libra initially? Because it seems like some of his deflationary measures have actually had a positive impact before this whole scandal. Can you speak to that a little bit for us?
Yes. Regarding the decrease in the inflation rates in Argentina, that's true. But the fact is that this has not been done through free market mechanisms. I want to explain a little bit more about this.
Please.
It was done by the government fixing the exchange rate peso to the dollar. The peso is the national currency of Argentina. And it was done by the government saying to the people, give me your money, I will pay interest rates. The state of Argentina will pay interest rate for your deposit, not the bank, the state itself. So this has been tested several times in the country. At last of the history, it was not good. The inflation grew up again, and there was devaluation in the currency again. So what I can see that this is my personal opinion, my economic analysis. The economic plan of the current government is very artificial. But despite this, and I am going to your point, you mentioned that as a consequence of the nominal inflation rates in Argentina went down, Milei was very popular, or or perhaps 45% or 50% of the population is with Milei. That's true. I know it is also true that his image all over the world was much more good than in Argentina. But, some people with the power in his hands may see some opportunity to earn money illegally, yes. This was not good. What happened is really a scandal, and it's not legal. It's a violation of all the rules, the laws of security. It's to operate in the market with inside information, very well, is not accepted. So I believe this will have very bad consequences for him and for the country. And it is worse, as I explained you some minutes ago. Yesterday, he said, I have nothing to do with Libra.
Right.
Can you
and
believe
this was
this?
after he tweeted about it.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned that before Milei was president, he had dabbled in some kind of promotional tokens before. Do you, looking back now, consider these maybe some kind of more obvious warning signs that this Libra thing would turn into the disaster that it's become? So when you heard about him tweeting about Libra, were you kind of thinking already, like, I don't like where this is going based on what you had seen from him in previous years?
Yes, considering his precedents, as I explained, when I read about Libra on Friday evening, I said, okay, he wants to do the same he did with CoinEx and other companies, but very massively. So I am now the president. I have the right to promote a token and to make money from that promotion. It is like he's not taking seriously that he's the president of the country, and that you cannot make this private business being the president. And even if you want to make private business being the president of the country, at least try to do that legally. But this is totally illegally from many points of view, from the Argentinian law, from the US law. You cannot take the money from the people in this way. This is my view.
Let me ask you this. So as you're probably aware, Donald Trump came out with a Trump coin that he himself promoted as well, I believe, shortly around or just after his inauguration. Do you see any similarities between that and what's happening with Libra and Milei in Argentina at all?
Okay, yes, perhaps Milei wanted to do the same, or perhaps some people from the meme coin market propose this idea for him, saying, okay, you can do the same as Donald Trump did. But the mistake, even in this case, is that he sold, the message was that this was a financial, an investment enterprise. Buy Libra in order to use this token to invest in Argentina. But they never explained how. A meme coin is only a meme coin. I don't like, of course. I am, as you told in this program some days ago, I am a Bitcoin maximalist. This Bitcoin is Bitcoin is a currency. It's not a meme coin. After 15 years of history, in the case of Bitcoin, I can say Bitcoin is a success. Through Bitcoin, or as a result of Bitcoin's success, there are how many coins or meme coins or crypto products are in the world? Probably 20,000, 30,000 products. Okay, but many people want to play with this. Okay, I have there is no way to avoid that. But you cannot promote a meme coin for investment being the president of a country. This is my position.
Now, let me ask you this, Carlos. You were once part of La Libertad Avanza. At one point, I think you were even considering running for the president within that coalition. And there's a lot of talk, especially when this whole story initially dropped, that people were divided. Was Milei actually part of this, and this was just a big error of judgment on his end, or was he misled by people around him? It sounds like you think, based on what you've been telling me, that he knew what he was doing and this was just a gross error in his own judgment, as opposed to him being misled by others. Do you think he knew exactly what was going on the whole time and this was just a big error in his own, judgment?
Okay, Hank, knowing very well Milei, his sister, and all the people working in the Casa Rosada in Argentina, this like the White House, I can tell you that they knew very well what they were doing. It is not a case of ignorance. And I told you, there were several precedents in this way. So it was not only responsibility, it was, it is like they wanted to commit a crime, a financial crime.
Yeah, it's wild to think that they thought they could get away with it.
It is true that I have been part of the Libertad Avanza some years ago, but I left the movement exactly 3 years ago, in February 2022. Perhaps because seeing this kind of attitudes or activities that I don't like very much. But in fact, I am not a politician. I was a politician in the 80s and early 90s, but I retired from politics in order to dedicate myself to financial markets.
Gotcha.
But
so one last question, Carlos, because
yes.
I know your time is valuable. If Milei were to call you up today and said, Carlos, what should I do to fix this whole debacle? What advice do you think you would give him? How does he recover from this? Or is it already too late?
Okay. That will not happen in any case. They don't want to speak with me. The same for Karina Milei. But if I have to give a recommendation, is to return the money to the people. Because according to his representative, the people that proposed him to do this meme coin, Libra, they have the money. They earn a lot of money. So I don't know if it is intelligent to call to those people that were damaged now, or wait until probably a class action.
Yeah, that seems to be the way it's going.
Yes.
Yeah, so Carlos, thank you so much. My producers are telling me
what I would do also at the same time is to contact the SEC to avoid any trouble with them immediately. I didn't want to make to propose an investment entity or something like that. But he has to solve this, in my view, as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Well, Carlos, as always, thank you so much for joining us today. I mean, your insights into both the political and crypto end are just absolutely invaluable. And I think everyone in our audience is really appreciating your perspective about what's going on. So as always, thank you again for joining us today on the Blockchain Report. And we really do hope to have you back really soon. It's always a real pleasure.
Thank you very much, Hank. See you soon.
See you soon. Thanks, Carlos.